So Jim, Chris, I just want to give you a quick overview of how this would work. This is the strategic planning activity using SharePoint. Um, what you're looking at here is the intranet for the College of Engineering and Informatics. This is a site that every user visits from time to time to get mainly meeting minutes and stuff like that. But as you can see over here on the right hand side, I've placed 6 different containers. First container is the university strategy, or an abridged version of the university strategy, so people can read this at will. It's in their face all the time. They can get ideas from it. The second one is the LTE strategy. This is the strategy from CELT. They created a very large strategy, learning, teaching and evaluation. Again, very useful, incredible amount of work. Very useful strategy to generate ideas, obviously to inform the college strategies, but also strategies to generate ideas for individual members of staff. And the third one is on the go quite a while. It's the quality criteria, and obviously units are evaluated on these criteria by external assessors. And again, they're meant to be there to generate ideas. Obviously, units are evaluated against these criteria, but consequently the criteria can be used to generate ideas. In other words, how can we meet the criteria better? And this is one of the legacies of the existing quality system, which I think is very, very positive. I think the next step, of course, is to help people to interpret these criteria and to figure out how they can actually try to achieve them better. But the point of this talk is really to show you how these particular documents, the university strategy, the LTE strategy and the quality criteria, can be used to inform these documents, which are the college strategy, the college indicators and the college actions. When we take a quick look in here, you can see the College of Engineering draft strategy is also in here, but what I've done is I've put in slightly different features. What can happen here is we can drill down into any individual strategy. Now, if we like, we can put in a description field, we can put in a status field, we can put in various other types of fields that make it just a little more dynamic for the user. As you can see, I put in a status field, and at the moment this particular objective is showing green. Associated with the strategic objectives are the college indicators. These are the performance indicators, and as you can see, I've put in different fields which are appearing as different columns in this view. For example, college meeting attendance. Well, we don't know what the previous value was. It was very low, but we're hoping to get about 60% next year, and so on. And again, I can put in a status field to indicate are we moving towards that particular performance indicator. The other interesting thing is I can actually put in an attachment which will allow us to attach in. If I just click on edit item for a second here, it allows me to attach in a file. So for example, I can attach in a graph, or I can attach in a spreadsheet. And again, this just makes the whole system a little more dynamic, a little more rich. And the last feature, just go back to the home page. The last feature was were the actions. One of the questions that comes up is, what's the difference between an action and an objective? Well, our strategy, a strategic objective is essentially long-term, whereas actions are short-term. And apart from that, there isn't much of a difference. But short-term actions, we can play with additional fields. For example, what the due date is for particular actions and who's responsible for carrying out the action. So for example, there's an action here called Student Text Message Service, and the person responsible for implementing is the Dean, and he or she is expected to have it implemented by 2010, May 2010. Now the user, of course, can ask this particular system to alert them anytime anything changes. So for example, if one of these indicators is updated, then the user can click on this here, which is called Alert Me, and an email will be sent to the user anytime the change occurs. For example, on all changes or added items or changed items and so on. Okay, so SharePoint, I think SharePoint has huge potential. It's already in the university. It's got huge potential for getting strategic plans and action plans a little more dynamic and a little more user friendly.